It's your under degrees. Sip with me. I'll pour it hot, so hot. I'll pour it sweet, so sweet. Spilling this tea, spilling and sipping this tea, spilling and sipping this tea. Thanks for watching me, tuning in, subscribing, hitting that like, smash that like. I don't bite, no. It's your under degree, feeling great, spilling tea. Have a seat and join me. Sip some tea, unwind with me. Let's grab a snack and talk some smack. I'm your girl, I got your back. I got the news, I got the views. I bet you can't wait, I know you can't wait to sip this tea. Sip this tea. Spilling this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling this tea. Spilling this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Thanks for watching me, tuning in, subscribing, hitting that like, smash that like. I don't bite, no. It's your under degree, shining bright. Set the stage, Hollywood dreams, red carpet scenes, glitter and glow, the secrets I know. Drama with flair, I serve it rare. I got the scoop, I got the proof. I know you can't wait, so come and escape and sip this tea. Sip with me, spilling this tea, spilling and sipping this tea, spilling and sipping this tea, spilling this tea, spilling this tea, spilling this tea, spilling and sipping this tea, spilling and sipping this tea. It's your under degrees. Sip with me. I'll pour it hot, so hot. I'll pour it sweet, so sweet. Spilling this tea, spilling and sipping this tea, spilling and sipping this tea. Thanks for watching me, tuning in, subscribing, hitting that like, smash that like. I don't bite, no. It's your under degree, feeling great, spilling tea. Have a seat and join me. Sip some tea, unwind with me. Let's grab a snack and talk some smack. I'm your girl, I got your back. I got the news, I got the views. I bet you can't wait, I know you can't wait to sip this tea. Sip this tea.
Come on, y'all, get in here.
Spilling and sipping this tea, spilling and sipping this tea, spilling this tea, spilling and sipping this tea, spilling this tea, spilling this tea, spilling and sipping this tea, spilling and sipping this tea. Thanks for watching me, tuning in, subscribing, hitting that like, smash that like. I don't bite, no. It's your under degree, shining bright. Set the stage, Hollywood dreams, red carpet scenes, glitter and glow, the secrets I know. Drama with flair, I serve it rare. I got the scoop, I got the proof. I know you can't wait, so come and escape and sip this tea.
I'ma run this back one more time.
Spilling this tea, spilling and sipping this tea, spilling and sipping this tea, spilling 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 and sipping this tea.
We're gonna run that back one more time. Get in here, down gang. Get in here, down gang. Go.
Oh, by now. It's your under degrees. Sip with me. I'll pour it hot, so hot. I'll pour it sweet, so sweet. Spilling this tea, spilling and sipping this tea, spilling and sipping this tea. Thanks for watching me, tuning in, subscribing, hitting that like, smash that like. I don't bite, It's your under degree, feeling great, spilling tea. Have a seat and join me. Sip some tea, unwind with me. Let's grab a snack and talk some smack. I'm your girl, I got your back. I got the news, I got the views. I bet you can't wait, I know you can't wait to sip this tea. Sip this tea. Spilling this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling this tea. Sipping and sipping this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Thanks for watching me, tuning in, subscribing, hitting that like, smash that like. I don't bite, no. It's your line of degree, shining bright. Set the stage, Hollywood dreams, red carpet scenes, glitter and glow, the secrets I know. Drama with flair, I serve it rare. I got the scoop, I got the proof. I know you can't wait, so come and escape and sip this tea. Sip with me, spilling this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling 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 and sipping this tea.
Hit the like on the way in, gang. What up, everybody? Good afternoon, Diamond Gang. I am back with another war update. There are some things going on. The bombing of Carg Island. I'm going to go into troops on the ground. I am also going to go into the gas prices going up. Also, I want you guys to see the drones that we're trying to buy off of Ukraine. And guess what? Trump said after this is up and this is over, Cuba is next. So he got Cuba up next. So let me bring up my screen and we're going to get directly into it. So I'm just letting y'all know it's far from over. He said Cuba is next. Let's go.
This is a war of aggression and a war of choice by Israel and the United States. It is in the most blatant, frank violation of the UN Charter and the core of the UN Charter, its purpose, which says that nations shall refrain in their international relations from the threat or use of force against the territorial integrity or political independence of any state, period. The United States is not acting in self-defense. Israel is not.
Let me tell y'all something. Vance is quiet for a reason. He's trying to disassociate himself with Trump. They're not telling everyone, but the U.S. Embassy was hit in Baghdad. We got a lot to go over, gang.
Not acting in self-defense. These two countries are committing flagrant aggression, and they've done it twice now in the context of negotiations, which makes it all the more pernicious. Twice the United States claimed it was negotiating with Iran, and twice it killed Iranian leaders in the midst of the so-called negotiations. This is so out of control, without any logic, any rationality, even not any humane.
Iran is not backing down. Italy is trying to pull out. Multiple countries, they can't make up their minds what they want to do.
Moral, legal justification whatsoever. We have not seen anything like this since the fascists of World War II. And it is extraordinarily dangerous what's happening. It will lead to world war the way we're going, because we have two malignant narcissists.
Y'all ready for that? Y'all ready for World War III? Y'all ready? Get ready.
Netanyahu and Trump that are leading us to disaster.
Donald Trump himself does not know what he is doing. He's bouncing back and forth like a pachinko ball.
You've said the war is, quote, very complete, but your defense secretary says this is just the beginning. So which is it?
Well, I think you could say it both. We projected 4 to 5 weeks.
Why are you the only person saying this?
Because I just don't know enough about it.
On excuses and lies and explanations. I think Trump is right now in a state of a very great mental distress over this. It's all falling apart.
Please hit the like, gang. A lot went on last night, early morning.
It's all falling apart for the Republican Party, aside from a few like weird war dudes like Lindsey Graham, who's straight.
Behind the scenes, they're falling apart.
Strangely aroused by this war.
We're going to blow the hell out of these people.
Behind closed doors, they are in an absolute panic. They want an exit ramp from this. They want an exit strategy from this, and there is not one.
Especially Vance. Vance has been quiet since March 4th. He has not spoken out about this war going on right now.
There is not an exit strategy from this war because Donald Trump didn't think about what it meant. He didn't think it through because he's cognitively unable to do so. He thought, well, we'll make a loud noise. It'll distract people from Epstein and gas prices and everything else in this economy that's gone south, that's gone wrong, that's gone weird. You know what? It's not working.
Now here we are 13 days in. He's planning on sending more troops to the region.
2,500 Marines are on their way. If you have sons, daughters, aunts, uncles, I am praying for them.
We're told it's not clear exactly what they'll do while they're there, a Marine group. Is that something you support?
Absolutely not. As a matter of fact, I like many millions and millions of Americans are outraged by this. He never came to America and addressed the nation and gave clear reasons why we would go.
Diamond Gang, I'm not asking for anything but a like. I'm not asking for a cash app, a super chat, a super sticker, or nothing. Just a like will do just fine. That's all I want. Please help me stay in the algorithm. Thank you.
To war with Iran, especially after he told us back in the summer that he had completely obliterated all of their nuclear capabilities and had even chastised any news organization or media said otherwise.
He went ballistic on the media this morning.
And the reality is there are so many innocent people dying. I mean, the little girl's school is such an outrage. It's horrific. And Americans, we don't want to think of our military as being responsible of killing little children. This is absolutely something that Americans should not tolerate. And we are owed answers.
You're someone.
I'm going to ask again. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. That's it. I'm not asking for anything else. Just a like.
Who once said you thought that there was no one more deserving of the Nobel Peace Prize than President Trump. Obviously, he's long sought one. Do you think that there's any way he could still get one given this war?
You know, at one time when he wanted to be the president of peace and he wanted to end wars and constantly talked about no more foreign.
Get ready. Trump said Cuba is next. After this, Cuba is next, and they are talking.
Wars, no ending wars. Of course, I thought he deserved the Nobel Peace Prize. But do I think he deserves it now? No, absolutely not.
A divide between Donald Trump.
Let's go. Vance is so over this. He's so over this. Again, March 4th, I believe, was the last time he spoke.
Trump and JD Vance seems to be growing because now it just got leaked to the media that JD Vance doesn't actually like Donald Trump's war in Iran and he's against it. And I actually think that JD Vance and his team is behind the leak because they don't want to be connected to this very unpopular war. But Politico
Vance is going to try to run next term.
Reported yesterday that Vance was the skeptical voice in the White House on the Iran strikes. Senior White House officials revealed that the vice president made his opposition known in the lead up to the war with Iran, pulling the curtain open after months of speculation about Vance being far more tepid about military action than Donald Trump. The senior Trump official who spoke anonymously said that Vance is, quote, skeptical, worried about success, and just opposes the war on Iran. It really seems like this is...
He was anti-war prior to becoming a VP.
JD Vance or somebody on his team leaking this, because Vance wants to run for president. He doesn't want to be tied to this unpopular war in 2028. And what's interesting is that Vance has largely been silent on social media as this war goes on. The last time he publicly defended this war on Twitter was the 2nd of March. He's not even
Okay, my mistake. It was March 2nd. I said March 4th. So that's even 2 days longer.
talking about it.
I'm asking y'all, please and thank you, hit the like. Hit the like. That's all I'm asking. I'm not asking for a super chat, a super sticker, a membership, just the like. Let's go.
Pretending it doesn't exist. So let me know what you think, but I think there's a rift opening between Donald Trump and JD Vance, and he is leaking this himself to distance himself from all of it.
Mr. President, when will the Navy start escorting tankers through the Strait of Hormuz?
Mr. President.
Well, it went down. It went down last night.
Or is likely to last?
I can't tell you that. I mean, I have my own idea, but what good does it do? It'll be as long as
They bombed Clark Island. However, it not only hurts them, but it hurts the U.S. as well. And I'm going to show you guys how.
it's necessary. They've been decimated, so we'll see what happens.
How regularly are you speaking with Prime Minister Netanyahu? And are your objectives the same in terms of ending the war?
Well, I think they might be a little different, I guess. You know, they're a different country than we are.
So earlier today, Secretary Hegseth said that the Strait of Hormuz should not be a concern, urging reporters and the public not to worry about it, that the U.S. at some point is going to open it up.
That's not a strait we're going to allow to remain contested.
And there's soldiers trapped. They can't even get them because it's too dangerous. It's too dangerous. They don't know if they have food, water.
Or with a lack of flow of commercial goods.
But it is a worry and a concern, and not just for the 500 tankers that are trapped, bottlenecked inside the Persian Gulf, unable to exit the Strait of Hormuz, but for one tanker in particular. That is a Thai-flagged tanker named the Mayuri Nari, which was hit early on Wednesday by a suspected anti-ship missile. That
I showed you guys that last night, the explosion.
Missile skimmed right above the water, reportedly hit the ship right at the waterline, disabling the ship, causing a significant fire. All of the crew members had to escape, except for a few. I'm
going to stop. I'm going to ask again. I'm not going to start this video. I need a couple more likes. Please and thank you. Hit the like. It's free. It don't cost you nothing. Hit the like. That's all I'm asking. Please and thank you. Hit the like, gang. We got a lot of information to go over. A lot.
Now know that there were 3 crew members trapped inside that ship. And now the Royal Thai Navy says...
Did y'all hear that? 3 crew members are trapped inside. They can't get them. They can't. It's way too dangerous. So they just there, stuck. We don't know if they have food. We don't know if they have water.
The Strait of Hormuz. But for one tanker in particular, that is a Thai-flagged tanker named the Mayuri.
I appreciate those that just hit the like. Thank you so much. That's all I'm asking. Just for a like.
Nari, which was hit early on Wednesday by a suspected anti-ship missile. That missile skimmed right above the water, reportedly hit the ship right at the waterline, disabling the ship, causing a significant fire. All of the crew members had to escape, except for a few. We now know that there were 3 crew members trapped inside that ship. And now the Royal Thai Navy says that it understands that those crew members are alive, that they are trapped inside that ship, but the Thai Navy...
This is horrible because how many days can they go without if they don't have food or water? It's going to be a long time before they're rescued.
He says it is simply too dangerous in the Strait of Hormuz to go in and to try to launch a rescue operation. So effectively, they are stuck. We don't know what their condition is. We're told they're alive. We don't know if they have food, water, or any other supplies. What is clear is that at this moment, nobody is going in to save them because that part of the strait is simply too dangerous to navigate, too treacherous. The concern of anti-ship missiles, of mines laid by Iran in the water, naval mines, is simply too great. The only ships that are going through, by the way, Iranian ships. And tankertracker.com tells us that Iran has actually managed to export about 30% more oil in the first 9 days of March than it did in the first 9 days of February.
We have some big news this evening. Donald Trump has announced massive strikes on Karg Island.
And they definitely did this. And I have it on a clip of it actually happening. But again, this can hurt us as well. And I'm going to show you guys how and why.
Iran's quote unquote crown jewel island. He says that it has targeted, the United States military has targeted all of the military installations on the island, hasn't touched the oil production. This is a major escalation and arguably crosses Iran's red line. This island is key for oil production, for the...
And right after that, gang, I told you guys when I first started this live stream, they hit the U.S. Embassy in Baghdad. But they're not saying that. They're not saying it.
Movement of oil tankers, etc. There have been reports the United States military has been sending in Marines, thousands of Marines to the Middle East. Some analysts have said that striking all of the military facilities could be a precipice of us potentially taking the island. At the same time, the Wall Street Journal has confirmed that 5 U.S. refueling tankers in Saudi Arabia have been struck and damaged by Iranian missiles. So we keep learning more and more about
every time we hit, they hit.
What Iran has successfully done to the United States with each passing day. I'll have more updates for you soon. Follow along for all the news you need to know about.
What the president is trying to do is he's trying to...
Because this is it right here. And I'm pretty sure your mother have told you this. Maybe your grandmother has even told you this. Let's go.
Regain leverage. He's trying to do it desperately, but it's not the leverage he thinks it is. This would be like cutting off our nose to spite our face. And I'll tell you why. Because if we took out Karg Island...
Cutting off our nose to spite our face. Let's go.
Sure, it would devastate Iran's economy. It's 90% of their oil comes from there, but it would also devastate ours because oil is already soaring around the world, and it would surge worldwide if we took out this key supply line. And then the Iranians would feel like there was nothing left to lose. And in the realm of national security, we have a word for that. We call it stupid. We call it stupid because you then empower your enemy to let it all fly, to let everything go. And what this also shows to me is that Donald Trump has not changed since the first term when we worried about him.
So them bombing Karg Island is not only going to hurt them, but it's going to hurt the U.S. big time. Get ready. Spin wisely.
Tripping over his shoelaces into a nuclear war. It shows he's still just that reckless. It shows that he's not planning for these conflicts. And also, I would note, Simone, we wouldn't be at this point if his team spoke truth to power. And I want to flag one thing. Earlier this week, the New York Times said that White House staff are scared. They are scared to tell the president how bad this situation is.
And that's sad. That's sad. They won't speak up because they are fearful. Oh, y'all, too, we will go over at the end of this live. The DOJ got a major win against Trump. He will not be able to threaten judges, threaten anybody about them going against anything he say. And you guys will see that towards the end of this live stream. Let's go.
We're on the brink of a great recession, the gravest terror threat possibly we've seen since 9/11 if this continues. And the White House staff are scared to tell their boss that he's playing Russian roulette with our lives and our...
Hit the like, gang. Come on, y'all. Just hit the like. I got almost 200 people in here, and I'm showing 20 likes. Hit the like. Please hit the like. Thank you.
Our livelihoods and our way of life.
This is it right here. This is it right here. Y'all see that? This is what the when they bombed the Karg Island, gang. This is it. And I'm pretty sure those who watched the news seen this earlier, but this is it. And right after that, and I'm going to show you guys that the U.S. Embassy in Baghdad was hit. So it's a back and forth thing right now. They still fighting with every little bit of energy they got. Look at that. That whole area. Look at that. Y'all see that? Bright boom. So Trump did what he said he was going to do. And he bombed the hell out.
The president posted video on his Truth Social site claiming to show the bombardment of Karg Island, a critical terminal for 90% of Iran's
That's the video I just showed y'all, gang. Let's go.
crude oil exports. But he said only military facilities had been struck, not the island's energy infrastructure. Trump wrote, should Iran or anyone else do anything to interfere with the free and safe passage of ships through the Strait of Hormuz, I will immediately reconsider this decision. But Iran's stranglehold on that key waterway has only tightened, with more than 16 tankers and other vessels struck, sending global oil prices and other commodities soaring.
We're gonna have to pay about $20, $30 for a gallon of gas. Watch.
Trump suggested once again that U.S. Navy ships could soon begin escorting tankers, but couldn't say when the war would end.
I can't tell you that. I mean, I have my own idea, but what good does it do? It'll be as long as it's necessary.
Remember, he said yesterday, when I feel it in my bones, that's when it'll be over.
They've been decimated. Their country's in bad shape. The whole thing is collapsing.
The Iranian capital was hit.
He keeps saying that, but every time you turn around, they're firing back. Let's go.
Overnight in a new wave of airstrikes. But the intense bombing hasn't stopped the Iranian regime publicly signaling its defiance. President Masoud Pezeshkian and several high-ranking officials taking part in open-air rallies in Tehran.
Remember, they said they were hiding. Pete said they were hiding. They are out in the open.
Iranian missiles and drones and their proxies continued targeting American facilities. The U.S. embassy in the Iraqi capital, Baghdad, hit in a missile attack. And 2 days.
Y'all hear that? The U.S. embassy was hit.
Days after 6 service members died when their refueling aircraft crashed in Iraq, U.S. officials say 5 Air Force refueling planes had been struck and damaged on.
Let me tell y'all, the U.S. embassy in Baghdad, this embassy complex is one of the largest U.S. diplomatic facilities in the world, the biggest in the world, and they hit it. Let's go.
The ground at an air base in Saudi Arabia.
Iran has threatened to turn U.S.-linked oil facilities to a pile of ashes as this war widens and threatens to trigger a global oil crisis.
I'm just saying, the hit on Karg Island, was that strategic or was it a sacrifice? Because we're going to pay the price as well.
Okay, so we're learning from U.S. officials that 2,200 U.S. Marines aboard 3 Navy ships are heading to the Middle East. Now, it's a significant move because
if you have kids in the military, husband, wife, niece, nephews, I'm praying for them. I am. And I'm praying that this ends soon.
because President Trump has not ruled out the possibility of ground forces with this war with Iran. Now, to be clear, that doesn't mean those Marines will be sent into combat, but it puts that option on the table if Trump decides to escalate things. All of this comes as Trump still is not offering a clear timeline for how this war will end. Now,
we got to get an exit strategy together. We have none.
Saying it will be over, quote, when I feel like it. And when I asked Trump this week whether the war is nearing its end or just getting started, the president told me it's both. And that uncertainty is what's rattling energy markets. The administration is now scrambling to bring down gas prices, including by easing sanctions on Russian oil sales, which is a big win for Russia financially. Some lawmakers are blasting that decision because it comes just days after sources told us Russia was providing intelligence to Iran.
Yes, Russia is working with Iran. It's just crazy. And just 2 days ago, Trump said he was talking to Putin. This is insane. But we're trying to buy drones off the Ukraine. We are. And I'm going to show you guys that.
To help them target American troops and ships in the region. But even that step is expected to have a limited impact on prices since the Strait of Hormuz, where roughly 1/5 of the world's oil passes, still remains effectively closed. The administration also says that they knew that Iran was going to attack the strait, which begs the question of why the administration wasn't more prepared.
They didn't know that. They didn't know that. They didn't think that they would be bold enough to do that, to basically cut their supplies. You know what I mean? Hurt themselves. They didn't know that. Let's go. This is the troops getting ready to go over. They underestimated Iran. That's what I believe. This is so sad. I watched this video. Of course, I had to turn the volume down. I don't want to get a copyright, so I had to turn it down. But this is them loading up and getting ready to go over. So if you got kids in the military, again, they're in my prayers. Anybody right now.
We are joined by CBS News national security analyst Aaron McLean. He's also the host of the podcast School of War. Aaron, good morning. We're so glad that you're speaking.
Now we getting ready to get into the effects, what it means for us as far as Carg Island being bombed.
With us also because of your military background. You were a Marine, and that's where we want to start. There are 2,500 Marines heading to the region from the East Pacific. What does this signify to you?
Hey, good morning, guys. I think it's pretty significant. This is the kind of unit you would want in the region if you were contemplating all manner of limited ground action. I know it's on everyone's minds. What are the prospects for quote unquote boots on the ground as this conflict proceeds? I think the chance of something large scale like you saw in Afghanistan in 2001 or Iraq in 2003 is highly unlikely. But the possibility, for example, that President Trump would choose to seize the oil resources at Carg Island as opposed to bombing them.
I really hope that's the case because, again, I am ex-military. I was in the service around Desert Storm, and my unit was next to go over. I was a medical supply specialist, and they were sending us over there fast.
That's a live possibility for which a Marine unit like this might be relevant. There's also the ongoing possibility of special operations raids targeting Iran's nuclear sites, for which a unit like this would not be the raid unit, but you would want it on hand in case things went wrong.
I'm glad you mentioned Carg Island, Aaron, because, of course, last night the U.S. bombed it. It's a military node. It is the center of Iran's oil exports. But they didn't go after any of that oil infrastructure, just for the military sites. Why do you think that is? And what message do you think Washington is trying to send to Tehran by leaving that oil infrastructure untouched for the moment?
Yeah, that's right. Carg Island's this really small piece of terrain on which there are really only three things: oil infrastructure, gazelles, and the military means to protect them. And now there's just oil infrastructure and gazelles. The military stuff reportedly is all gone. You know, the United States military has not touched really at all Iran's energy infrastructure that exists for the export of Iranian oil and energy resources. That's presumably because if you think about the way President Trump looks at the world, he likes to envision a world where the United States is doing business with Iran. So why would you destroy all that infrastructure only for it to then take years to rebuild?
And that's a fact. It would take a lot of time to rebuild that.
But obviously, he now feels like he needs leverage because Iran has closed the Strait of Hormuz. Charlie D'Agata pointed that out in his report just a moment ago. The president has linked the vulnerability now of Carg Island to Iran's continued closure of the Strait of Hormuz.
You know, and it's as if both of these sides are ratcheting up the stakes because the president is saying if anyone does.
Again, you heard it. Both sides are ramping up the stakes. Both sides. It's not just us. They're ramping up as well.
Anything else to inhibit passage into the strait? We might go after your oil infrastructure on Carg Island. The Iranians are saying if you escalate this further against our oil infrastructure, the Speaker of their parliament said that they will abandon all restraint. So where are the stakes here? And is the Strait of Hormuz now the center of gravity in this war?
I think your analysis is spot on. That's a pretty good balance of leverage right there. The threat to
this war right now is based off of Carg Island. It is like this is the centerpiece.
Iran's energy resources versus the ability of Iran to close the strait. And yes, absolutely. Look, this is a war, and in a war, both sides get a vote. And Iran's best card to play was always going to be the closure of this strait. It's now played it. I think it's unlikely that they will back down in the days to come.
Did y'all hear that? It's highly unlikely that they will back down. And I've been saying this. They're not going to back down, which that's what Trump was hoping for when he went in to begin with.
Listen to the new supreme leader of Iran's statement from 2 days ago that was read on Iranian TV. It was not a conciliatory statement. This is a man who just lost members of his family on the first day of the war. He spoke of them as martyrs. He talked about the importance of keeping the strait closed. I think most likely what you're going to see in the weeks to come is a U.S. military operation to reopen the strait. That's going to take time. The administration is not even pretending that it won't. It's quite clear that it will take.
It will take time. Again, this war is far, 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 far from over.
Probably weeks to even get to the point where U.S. Navy ships can go into that strait. And yes, I think it's vital simply because of the energy prices and the price at the pump that you so rightly pointed out moments ago.
All right, Aaron McClain, thank you for that excellent analysis. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
We have some news right now. Donald Trump spent the morning lashing out at the media.
He went off on the media this morning. He's pissed.
And really anyone watching over coverage on Iran. He's upset over the fact that in his mind, the media is not putting a positive spin.
Pete went off yesterday on the media, and now this morning, Trump.
On the war in Iran, the fact that the media is not putting a positive spin on the fact that a number of aircraft, American U.S. military refuelers, were struck by an Iranian attack in Saudi Arabia. He also is lashing out after the Wall Street Journal.
He don't want none of that to get out, y'all. None of that to get out.
Reported that he essentially didn't think that Iran would close the Strait of Hormuz. What he thought was that Iran would just capitulate in the early days of the war. They wouldn't actually close.
I just said that. He thought they were going to bow down, and they didn't.
Close the strait, and yet they did. It was a miscalculation on his part. And now he just put out a post saying that we are going to be, quote, bombing the hell out of the shoreline along the strait. So we'll see what happens, but
it's going to go down.
He is obviously not a happy camper right now. I'll have more updates for you very soon, as always, so spread the word and follow along for all the news you need to know about.
I'm going to show you how he plays the game.
Here it goes right here. Here we go. This is how I found out about the embassy.
You ready? Lock in. It's nearly 1 a.m. East Coast time on Saturday, March 14th, 2026. And about an hour ago, Donald Trump sent out this post on Truth Social. It says the fake news media hates to report how well the United States military has done against Iran, which is totally defeated and wants a deal, but not a deal that I would accept. Thank you for your attention to this matter.
Now, he claims that they want a deal. Iran wants a deal. I didn't hear that, but okay.
President DJT.
You guys heard what they said yesterday.
I saw that post on Truth Social and I thought to myself, something has to have happened. Something happened to our troops, a base, something. So I jump over to the Guardian's website. They are based in the UK, and in my opinion, they are much more reliable than our own media here at home in the US. And one thing that they do really well is they have a minute-by-minute breaking news like timeline as things happen over in the Middle East, then they update here. So right before Donald Trump sends out that tweet or Truth Social post rather, and he's saying that like Iran is obliterated and they want to make a deal, but I don't like the deal. We find out.
I did not hear of anything about a deal. In fact, yesterday I showed you guys, they said, why would they even talk to him when they feel like they were betrayed? They were in the midst of negotiations when they were attacked. So I don't think there's a deal.
Roughly 10-ish minutes before this, that missile strikes actually hit a helipad inside the U.S. Embassy compound in Baghdad. So Mr. Nightly News here, Donald J. Trump himself, tries to paint a new narrative, tries to get the picture in people's heads that he's the one in control here because he knows in the next few minutes after receiving that news that the U.S. media will start reporting on the fact that Iran had yet another successful hit.
Again, I'm going to say this again. The U.S. Embassy in Baghdad is one of the largest U.S. diplomatic facilities in the world. In the world. And they hit it.
On U.S. property, this time a U.S. embassy. We are losing bigly. And pretty soon they're going to put boots on the ground. And once they do, you can bet that we are going to start looking at a draft more seriously here in this country.
I hope it don't come to that. I just hope it don't come to that.
Because sending troops abroad in this case is a suicide mission. And Donald Trump does not care who dies in his name of a war of choice.
And he said that. He said that there were going to be more deaths. That's the embassy burning right there. They casually said it. They did not. I didn't hear much media coverage on it. I thought that we had I cannot say that word, obliterated everything that they had. Not so. Here we go. Now, this is the part that I was telling you guys about. These are the type of drones that we want to purchase off of Ukraine. Let's go.
So that is how you stop an Iranian drone. That's the Ukrainian-made Sting interceptor drone that flies over 300 kilometers per hour. That's exactly.
You guys know Iran they're using these.
The same interceptor drone that the Pentagon and the U.S. and its Gulf allies have been lining up to buy as Iranian Shahed drones have hit U.S. military bases.
Y'all see what type of damage those drones can do? Do y'all see the damage?
Civilian centers and oil tankers across the Middle East over the last several weeks.
That's a drone.
So right here
that's
you
from
can
a drone, gang. A drone.
See how these drone interceptors work. They take off just like a normal drone and they can hover here. But then as soon as the pilot sees the target that they want to intercept, they can reach up to 300 kilometers per hour just leaning forward in the air, just like that. One of the main reasons why the US and its Gulf allies want these drone interceptors is that the Ukrainians have mastered the art of making these very cheap to manufacture. This drone.
Did you guys hear that?
Drone right here costs about $2,000 to make. That's compared to the $4 million missile interceptors that the US and its Gulf allies are currently leaning on to take down much cheaper Iranian drones. Flying these drones require combat-tested, very experienced pilots. These could be some of the ones that are called upon.
Technology is something else.
By the US and its allies to help defend their military bases. But until the Ukrainian government changes the official policy to allow these drone interceptors to be exported and their pilots to be sent over, these Ukrainians will remain here defending Ukraine from Russian drone attacks.
He started this. Let me stop this real quick because I want to show you guys a different video really quick. I told you guys that certain countries are just, they don't know what to do. They do not know what to do.
Is now saying that Ukraine is Israel, United States.
Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? I'm going to take it back.
Iran is now saying that Ukraine is a legitimate target because Ukraine has been assisting Western countries, Israel, United States, etc., with drone capabilities, essentially responding to Iran's Shahed.
That's why I showed you guys the drones. These drones.
The drones, which Russia has used on the battlefield. So now Iran is threatening Ukraine. If this conflict expands to Europe, I mean, that would be a significant escalation. And it very well might, because right now, neither the United States nor Iran want to negotiate. Donald Trump rejecting any diplomacy, Iran rejecting any diplomacy. Both sides have dug in their heels, according to Reuters. And it all comes as this is becoming a bigger headache for European leaders, America's allies. Italy has pulled out its troops from Iraq.
I told you guys, Italy pulled out.
France and Italy are trying to negotiate with Iran directly over the Strait of Hormuz. Trump says that other countries are going to send warships to unblock the strait, but there's no indication that's actually happening anytime soon. We'll see what happens. As always, follow along, stay up to date on all the news you need to know about. More to come very soon.
The president. I just had to show you guys that real quick.
And pilots could be some of the ones that are called upon by the US and its allies to help defend their military bases. But until to be exported and their pilots to be sent over, these Ukrainians will remain here defending Ukraine from Russian drone attacks.
He started this. Now we're getting ready to get into how people feel about the war. Some oppose and some they're okay with it.
He's the one who should be paying for it, but it doesn't come out of his pocket. It comes out of our pocket.
Surging gas prices are complicating things for the Trump administration that was already dealing with affordability issues. In just the last week, the price of a gallon of regular gas jumped by more than 30 cents. So now the administration is saying this is just short-term pain at the pump for long-term gain with Iran.
We are defanging Iran's abilities to threaten American troops in the air.
They're saying that, but again, this is going to be a while before it ends.
Areas, its allies, its neighbors, and global energy markets. So yes, you've got to go through short-term pain to solve a long-term problem.
We spoke to drivers passing through this New Jersey gas station to ask them if that pain is worth it.
I don't think it's worth it. Like, we're paying the price of the war.
If we have to suffer through a little bit of gas prices going up, then we have to suffer through it.
He got money.
And it's a small pain to take for the rest of the world.
As a day-to-day working class man, it definitely has an impact on my family life, not being able to afford as much. I mean, I'm 25 years old and I can hardly afford to own a house.
No matter how drivers
spend wisely, gang.
Feel, according to Gas Buddy, the national average is expected to rise by another 10 cents in just a week. And in the next couple weeks, it could get up to $4 a gallon.
After military action in Iran.
Now, this piece right here is about Cuba. Gang, Trump said Cuba is next. Cuba's next.
And before that, in Venezuela, President Trump has said his next focus will be on Cuba. He said it may or may not be a quote unquote friendly takeover. For the first.
So y'all hear that? May or may not be a friendly takeover. This is insane.
First time, Cuba's president, Miguel Diaz-Canel, publicly acknowledged that his government is indeed in talks with the Trump administration. The early days, he said.
So we are already sticking our foot in something else without finishing what is going on right now. This is crazy.
He didn't share many details of the diplomacy, but it's clear Cuba is looking for an off-ramp from this confrontation. They want to lower the sanctions pressure and that oil blockade that has really hurt their already weak economy. Back in 2015, I went to Havana with Secretary of State John Kerry and then again with President Barack Obama when they reopened diplomatic ties with Havana. But those attempts to coax the Castro regime away from communism and towards capitalism largely falter. During the first Trump administration.
Really quick, is it Hogg? I hope he fixes it. I hope he fixes it. That's all I'm gonna say. And yes, Dawn, there was never a threat. You're right.
He put all the sanctions back on, and then President Biden kept them. Now, President Trump has.
We're almost done. The last clip is on the DOJ with their victory. I will go to you guys' comments, okay, and go through them.
Some unique leverage because Cuba was already in crisis, and now Trump has convinced Venezuela and Mexico to stop sending the regime oil. That is causing very real pain. Listen to what the president said last week.
As we achieve a historic transformation in Venezuela, we're also looking forward to the great change that will soon be coming to Cuba.
So Cuba next, gang. Get ready. We got our footing in a little bit of everything.
Cuba's at the end of the line. They're very much at the end of the line.
The question is how much all of this has actually weakened the regime's hold on the Cuban people. Cuba made a big announcement that it's going to release about 50 political prisoners thanks to a deal brokered by the Vatican, which a U.S. official told me is a step in the right direction.
A major legal loss.
All right, y'all ready? And then I'll go to the comments. A major legal loss for Trump. Let's go.
For Trump. This is big news, and we're going to get into why it matters. A federal judge here quashing grand jury subpoenas.
This is big news, but because of what's going on, it's going to be overshadowed. Let's go.
In Trump's effort to harass the Federal Reserve to try to help him in the election, I'll explain. But bottom line, Trump loses. Federal Reserve Chair Powell wins. This is a blow to the whole thing. And
can I get a like, please? Could I get a like, please? And thank you. On this last piece, hit the like, gang.
In over 25 pages, Trump learned he is powerless to do the kind of legal harassment that he's trying. I'll just tell you some of the highlights coming out of this blistering rejection of what has been a pattern that you've probably noticed. Trump trying to use or abuse federal powers in the DOJ to go after anyone who disagrees with him.
Did y'all hear that? Trump uses the DOJ that goes after anybody that does not agree. Guess what? It's going to stop. It's going to stop. That's bullying.
The judge writes, there's abundant evidence these subpoenas' dominant, if not sole purpose, is to harass and pressure Powell, either to yield to the president or to resign and make way for a Fed chair who will. He adds, on the other side of the scale, the government has offered no evidence whatsoever that Powell committed any crime other than displeasing the president, and contends the subpoenas were merely part of a game plan to pressure Powell to bend to the president's wishes or get rid of him. That is a...
Did you hear that? Bend to what he's saying or get rid of him. And that's how he's been operating.
description of Donald Trump breaking the law. In other words, his attempted subpoenas illegal. The judge says this was a pressure campaign. And of course, the administration has targeted many of Trump's opponents, people who disagree with him, people who've exercised First Amendment rights.
Those are dismiss, no charges, no charges. Trump was going crazy. No charges, no charges. Oh my goodness.
Our list here, which we've continued to update, and we updated it today. If you look into, I know it's hard to keep track of all the revenge.
Indicted. At the top, those are those that were indicted. Subpoenaed, second line. Subpoenaed, quashed. This is crazy. Accused and tried. The black woman to my right at the bottom. Trump was going ham. Let's go.
Prosecutions and probes, but if you look in the middle, you see subpoenas quashed. That's the update today. Many of these efforts failing against the so-called enemies list. And there's another layer here, because Trump's pressure on the Fed and how he's talked about it himself, sometimes in his social media posts, which are quoted against him, holding his words against him in the ruling, and sometimes in other forums, is he wanted the Fed to do what it wasn't doing, which was distort interest rates and economic policy to give him a short
You can't do that, Trump. Come on.
term sugar rush to help him in the midterms. So this is a story about the rule of law holding, a story about Trump losing in court, and perhaps about him losing going into the midterms.
Yikes. He's going to be mad about that. Get ready, Twitter. Get ready. All right, I'm going to take some of you guys' comments. I want to thank everybody, too, for being here. For those that hit the like, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Please think about it. Subscribe to the channel. What's up, Classy with the Purpose? You said, hold on. The feds refuse to lose the interest rate. Okay. Wait. You said set up false flags in USA and commit all the atrocities and blame Iran, and Muslims should be ashamed because they lost humanity. Demons, Epstein, Israel, and USA are all in one. All that to stop people from talking about, I know, dog, I swear. Guess what? I didn't Epstein you guys to death. I said, I'm not going to do it because there was a piece that I was about to bring. And I said, just let it be. Let it be. Let it be. I'm not saying, let me say this for all the people to think that I hate Trump. I don't hate anyone. I don't like the things, some of his policies. Let's just say that. Okay, let me read yours. And I respect everyone's opinion. Okay, Biotech said, Bioteach. Trump is doing what has been needed to be done for decades. Won't happen overnight. The last administration screwed up so many things. He has many things to correct. I got to respect your opinion. Although I don't agree. I don't. Yeah. Okay, let's see. I know, that's bad. I'm going to take that down. That is so sad, and they're still lying about it. Trump tricked Democrats into wanting the files released. Why you say that? You said he tricked them? Why you say that? Okay, let me go up. I don't think he tricked them. I don't think he wanted them out. Okay. So true, though, can think of a million examples off the top. Okay. Which one? The comment that I just read? Okay, let's go back. Come on, you done. You cannot cuss in here. You cannot cuss in here. I got to delete that comment. Please, I said this many, many times. All opinions are respected. You please, I'm just asking you guys, don't disrespect and please misspell curse words. And you could say whatever you want to hear. You could say how you feel. Okay, let's see. Trump equals just another Zionist compromised asset. I'm not sure what that means. Brown people are dying. A little bit of everyone is. Okay. The communistic propaganda, American communist propaganda, that's what they're doing. The left-wing lunatics, this has to do with the undermining the president. I don't think anyone's undermining the president. My personal opinion, the president is consistently breaking the laws. He has no respect for Congress. He has no respect. You said these judges are on the payroll of the Federal Reserve. Somebody said you still support Trump. Shame on you. Someone said Epstein knows. I love the comments when you guys are not cursing. I could put them up. You said, dude, no one cleans up like Trump. Okay. I'm going to come back. I'm going to keep covering this, but I want to see how you guys feel weeks from now when this is still ongoing and it's hurting your family. The president is undermining that part, the United States. That part. Okay. I'm going to put your comment up. I'm not a liar. If that's what you're calling me. Liar. Trump is mentioned, dozens of times because of the evil deeds. Yeah, he's definitely all through them Epstein files. And last night I did a live on Epstein. Don't you know that Epstein's accountant paid out on a Trump victim? So yeah, he could run, but he can't hide. So if he did this to divert, it's going to come right back. It's going to come right back. So, you know, the Epstein estate or survivor fund that was set up paid out on those allegations on Trump. Okay. That tells us a lot right there. His accountant had a deposition last week and he told. Okay. And right now he's trying to backtrack, but there is no backtracking. You said on the record that you guys paid out. Okay. You could say that, but I can't keep it in the chat. You got to misspell the cuss words, please and thank you. I wanted to read your comment. I really did, but I couldn't because of the curse words, Victoria. Perversion, diversion. I could say that one. Okay, let's see. Everyone's speculating about Trump, but we know the names involved. Yeah, they did name, I'll say this. His accountant named 5 powerful men, and one of them wasn't Trump, although he did testify that Epstein talked about Trump a lot. The news lies about Trump. And Trump don't lie. He lies too. I showed you guys where he lied. He clearly said that it was not the U.S. fault for that school and those children being unalived. However, come to find out it was. Instead of just not speaking at all, he denied the claims. I mean, he put the claims on Iran. Okay. You said, God bless Donald Trump. Yeah, God bless him, because I'm telling you, this is ugly. 15 years. Hold on. 15 years, Trump told everyone Epstein was a blankety blank. I can't say that. A candy man. I can't say that one. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, don't spam the chat, gang. Please, 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 and thank you. If them Dems had anything on Trump, he would be done already. It was a mass cover-up. And it's not just, let me say this, it's not about Democrats and Republicans because they both were in the Epstein files. So what are we talking about right now? They both were in the files. If you guys weren't so amped up in the chat, I would drop the link. Like a week ago, I had a whole Iranian man up here telling us why they love Trump so much. But I'm too afraid to do it, to drop the link. I don't think Putin has. You said, does Putin still have photos of Trump? Oh no, I can't say that. No, but I think I'm going to be honest with you. I do believe that Israel does. I do. Trump was an informant. What? Trump was an informant and was the one that told on who? You think Trump told on Epstein? I don't. Well, you know, they were beefing towards the end of his life. They weren't getting along. Actually, Epstein predicted exactly what's happening now. Epstein predicted that, and I played that. He basically said that once, a rat feels trapped, he said he wouldn't be surprised if Trump didn't bomb Iran. And sure enough, he did. So Whoopi is in the files, but it was about them trying to get her. She was going somewhere, and I think they were trying to charter Jeffrey Epstein's jet to her, but she doesn't fly. She has a fear of flying. So that wasn't going to work. But that's it. She was mentioned. A lot of people were mentioned. Britney Spears was mentioned. The Kardashians was mentioned. A little bit of everybody. Let's see. Let's read this. Pray for Trump. You cannot fight against God. Amen. Devil is accuser. Okay. I'm praying for everyone at this point. I'm against war. That's just it. That's how I feel. And that's my opinion. Okay. Let's see. I still don't understand why they allowed him to be, excuse me. I don't know. I don't know why either. I don't, Cassandra. Okay. Let's go back up. All right, gang. How long have I been? An hour. Okay, so we're on the hour mark. Okay, let's. I'm gonna do a couple more. I am not. What is going on with you, Ab? All right, let's read this. The FBI in Florida said that he gave them the info. Epstein was caught during the Trump administration, not Biden. Exactly. He definitely was caught in 2019 when Trump was the president. Yes, he was. Okay. Right. That's true, Mark. If you live in Iran, you will be celebrating Trump. Nah, that's not true. All the way. Israel, yes. Iran, no. But then again, let me stop. Let me stop because you're right. Because the guy that came up here last week said, and he was an Iranian man, he told me that the government was horrible and that they loved Trump because Trump did what he promised, is what the man said. I'm not sure, gang, which live stream it was that I did, but I dropped the link and I allowed him to speak he spoke for about 45 minutes and told us why his country loves Trump. But he was very respectful. I'm literally scared to drop the link today. I want my channel. You said, because we know both sides be lying. They do. Both sides. Democrats, Republicans, they're all liars. Oh, wait a minute. Iran is being held hostage by the Muslims. Where are you from, Ja? Where are you from? Where are you from? Most of the people in Iran are Persian, not Islamic. I'm going to be honest, I have no idea. I have no idea. For the people in the building, please smash the like. Yeah, I do believe that. I believe this comment right here. Let me bring it up. Yeah, they was running. Trump and Epstein were running buddies. Yes, absolutely. I believe that. What you say? Come on, man. Hog, you want to come up? I'll drop the link for you, but you can't be disrespectful, man. Put in the chat if you want to come up. I'll drop the link for you. You have an opposing view. And like I said, all opinions are respected here. Please, gang, if he does come up, don't just, please. That's all I'm saying. Come on up, Hog. You want to come up? State your case. Oh, why are you doing this to me, James? Stop it. You blowing my head up, boo. Thank you. I was in a whole nother sector. And then I started my channel. I have 2 other channels. And then I started this channel. And it's a celebrity gossip channel. But, you know, I stumbled into politics. And I'm learning. I am, gang. So I always say, if there's something that I missed, something that I didn't mention, hey, call me out on it. Come up, clear it up. I don't mind. That was too sweet. I'm all happy now. Yeah, that's me. That's me. That's me. Subscribe to the channel. Please and thank you. Thank you, Miss, for reading these messages and willing to share and learn. Oh, yeah, no doubt I am. You know, hey, you know, everybody has an opinion. Everybody has a right to their opinion. Someone's opinion may change my whole view, my whole thought process. So I'm open to anything. I am. I just don't, please just, I want to keep my channel. Just don't be disrespectful and just mispronounce curse words. And I understand this is a passionate topic. Come up. Why don't you come up? I would respect your opinion. No doubt. Thank you so much. Yeah, I don't, you know what I mean? I'm not beyond approach. I might hear somebody else's, like I said, point of view, and it might change my whole thought process. I'm a very open person. I appreciate you. I hit 2,000 subs yesterday, and I am growing fast. I am so excited. I can't wait to start my members only live streams, because those live streams, those are going to be the ones we could cut up and act the fool in. You understand what I'm saying? We could do the most in those because it'll be members only. But I love my audience. I love going vertical because I meet different people. Like this is the most fun that I've had on YouTube in a long time. And I've been on YouTube now. It'll be 2 years, or maybe it might be even a little over 2 years actively. So I appreciate all of you guys. I really do. I do. And just know, I don't mean any harm. I don't hate anybody. It's not in my blood. It's just not in me to hate anybody. Am I passionate? Yes. But that's about it. I don't mean any harm to anybody. Okay. I'm not a Trump supporter, but I am familiar with the world and how it runs. Okay, Ja. Yeah, I love engagement. I love engagement. I try to make sure, and I'm praying that even if as I grow, that I'm still able to comment. I'm at work trying to respond to everybody's comments. I work a full-time job. I'm in the construction field. So sometimes I'm out in the field 10 hours a day, but I try to go live as much as possible. I try to make content around the clock. So maybe one day I'll be able to quit my job and become a full-time content creator. But for now, your girl got to work. I got bills. Yeah, that part. Control debates. That's what I want to have. Thank you so much. I want to have controlled debates. And if somebody get too hot or get too upset, go on mute, calm down for a minute, and then we could get right back into it. Because we can all learn off of each other. Everybody lives a different life, different worlds, different everything. You know how dope that would be? That's what I want. I want people of all nationality, all walks of life to be able to hit this platform and get their point across without being attacked. That's where I'm going with this platform. And I've said it since day one. All opinions will be respected. Just don't be disrespectful. So you said, oh no, Trump is going to HELL and this guy is waiting for him. I hope not. I'm the type, you repent, get on your knees, pray, and make some changes. You got a chance to get in. You got a chance. I would just suggest not just getting news from one perspective. Yeah, you're true. That's true. Be a true giver of balanced information. I have to agree because I'm not yeah, I am. I'm not a supporter of Trump, and I get what you're saying. However, when I dropped the link for that guy, I allowed him to come up here and express why his country loves Trump so much. It's just that sometimes I'm scared to do it because I don't want anybody to P-bomb me. I don't want people to, you know what I mean? I don't want to get my channel snatched. But yes, I am. Wow, were you going to ask to marry me? You going to get me a fat diamond? I'm just joking. But yeah. No flirting with the host. Okay, gang. I usually go live 45 minutes to an hour, and guess what? Soon I will be bringing more content, a lot more, because YouTube is saying, well, not YouTube, but I have someone giving me advice in the background. In order to make money from the ads, I would have to go live a little longer. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I get nervous every time I come up here, and I'm a little shy. So, but I'm going to try to do longer live streams. Yeah, I could get donations. Hold on. Don't. Now my head is just blowing up. Y'all are making me feel so good. Hold on. I don't never ask because I don't know. I just want to get my channel off the ground. Hold on, gang. Okay, here we go. But let me see if I could show it. There it go. Is it showing? Wait a minute. Oh, y'all probably can't see it. My Cash App is at the bottom. This is my first time putting it out. My first time putting my Cash App out. I just was trying to get as many people to subscribe. That's okay. You don't have to stay. There's a lot of people live. There's billions of people, millions of people here. But that's my Cash App. That's scrolling at the bottom ticker. That's my first time actually putting it out. I'm just trying to get people to subscribe and then maybe become a member. And then that's when I'll, maybe start that. I don't want to instantly come on here. Support the channel, support the channel, support the channel. I don't want to do that. I don't want to push anybody away. Thank you. Thank you so much. Let me see. Oh, you said no flirting. They can flirt. We're probably miles away. Thank you so much. You said he wants to be the king of Iran. I don't know about that. I don't know. But if you want to support the channel, I'm going to put my Cash App in the chat. You can support the channel. But I do have memberships, and mine is pretty low. I went to the lowest tier possible. Like, times is hard, and I get it. So I'm not trying to break anybody at all. So I think mine's is $3.99. If you want to become a member, please become a member. My Cash App, here it is at the bottom. Oh, wait. That's wrong. Oh, thank goodness I stopped it. You're going to see a picture of my youngest daughter if you support the channel, and it'll go right back into the channel. I pay for a lot of apps. I pay for StreamYard. Yeah, that's the Cash App right there, Diamond Gang. If you want to support the channel, I want to say thank you in advance for anybody that's willing to support the channel. I appreciate you guys. Yeah, that's it. $3.99 a month. I went to the lowest of the low. I mean, I looked at the people that was around me, and I think it was like $5.99 and up. And I'm like, I'm not at that status just yet. I don't think that, you know what I mean? I think that would be too much for right now, because this is my first monetized channel. I have 2 other channels, but this is my first monetized. So once I get the hang of things, the more members I have, the more exclusive content I will make. Okay? I know I can't help it. I'm so fair. That's all I know how to be. I got to be fair. Now, once I grow and, I start doing more exclusive content, and, you get better and better and better and better. My editing skills is definitely up to par. I do uploads. I do shorts. So I do live streams. So it's just going to keep getting better. You said, we'd love to see what you could do full time. Me too. I'm praying for that. One day, I swear, and I hope it's one day soon. Because I'm going to be honest with you guys. I get tired. I'm in the field, sometimes 16-hour days. And I'm a tiny, tiny woman. So, yeah. When you're in the construction world, you just never know. Gas leak, it could take 10 to 12 hours to fix. I'm out in the elements. I'm in Pennsylvania. It gets bitter cold here in the winter. I can't wait to see spring. That's the best time of the year, spring and summer. Now, I'll stay out all night and work in that type of weather, but the winter, I hate it. I hope so. No, I don't know about that. Stop, y'all, because just stop. My head is getting too big. It's going to blow up. I have one. He's at work. He works a lot. I work a lot. I got to get off of here. I do. But listen, I might be going live later. It just depends on what happens. I'm looking at content 24/7. So I don't know if it's going to be something about celebrities. Is it going to be something? I love the Epstein files. I can't help it. I'm obsessed. I love what's going on. I feel like I'm learning a lot by following what's going on with the war. But I do agree with you, Ja. Maybe one day you can hit the platform with me and be my co-host. What you think about that? The next time I go live and talk about politics, hit the platform with me. Come up here. Don't be scared to hit the link. All right, Diamond Gang, I'm over my hour. This was so nice. I enjoyed talking to you guys. I love my audience. You going to come up? The next time I go live, I'm going to drop the link and I'm going to say this is for Ja only. Just come up. I would love to hear your perspective on things. Seriously. Stop, y'all. I gotta go. I'm starving. I didn't eat anything. I woke up and just started looking at politics. Oh, you said okay? Bet. I'm gonna be counting on you. I just hope that you're around and your schedule permits you to. Let's just say that. So, all right. So keep your notifications on, Ja. Okay. I've been live a couple of times this week about what's going on. You said no kisses in the chat. All right, y'all. Diamond Gang. For the ones that's still in here, hit the like for your girl. If you want to If you want to support the channel, my Cash App is in the chat, and I should have pinned it and I didn't. But if you want to support the channel, that is my Cash App. Please, if you are a subscriber, please think about grabbing a membership so we could get those members only lives up and running. So we could just kind of like, hang out, do fun stuff, talk about different topics, and just have a good time. Okay? Please. And Hog, make sure you come back too. I would love for you to hit the link as well. I would love to hear your perspective as well. Again, Diamond Gang, all opinions are respected. I built this platform for people to be able to voice their opinions and not be attacked. Okay? So again, that's the Cash App. Diamond Gang, I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here. I thank you all. I thank my moderator, EJ. No matter what, you are always here. I am looking for mods. I have quite a few. However, people have lives. So, they might be out enjoying the weather. Who knows? But I need a backup set. So I will be looking for mods, more mods soon as I grow. Okay? All right, gang. Go touch some grass. Go get some air. There's a whole world out there. I'll see you guys later.
It's your under degrees. Sip with me. I'll pour it hot, so hot. I'll pour it sweet, so sweet. Spilling his tea, spilling and sipping his tea, spilling and sipping his tea. Thanks for watching me, tuning in, subscribing, hitting that like, smash that like. I don't bite, no. It's Yolanda the Great, feeling great, spilling tea. Have a seat and join me. Sip some tea, unwind with me. Let's grab a snack and talk some smack. I'm your girl, I got your back. I got the news, I got the views. I bet you can't wait, I know you can't wait to sip this tea. Sip this tea.
Hit the mic, y'all.
Spilling and sipping his tea. Spilling and sipping his tea. Spilling his tea. Spilling and sipping his tea. Spilling his tea. Spilling and sipping his tea. Spilling and sipping his tea. Spilling and sipping his tea. Thanks for watching me, tuning in, subscribing, hitting that like, smash that like. I don't bite, no. It's Yolanda the Great, shining bright. Set the stage, Hollywood dreams, red carpet scenes, glitter and glow, the secrets I know. Drama with flair, I serve it rare. I got the scoop, I got the proof. I know you can't wait, so come and escape and sip his tea. Sip with me, spilling his tea, spilling and sipping his tea, spilling and sipping his tea, spilling his tea, spilling his tea, spilling his tea.